You know, folks, the whole world is talking about Bitcoin. Want to know why? Maybe it's because Bitcoin rose in value over 150% last year, and this is just the beginning. Bitcoin is online investing that anyone can do. Visit bitcoinuniversity.org today. Take a master class. Download the Book of Bitcoin and take your investment portfolio to the next level. Visit bitcoinuniversity.org and discover all that a Bitcoin can do for you. That's bitcoinuniversity.org, bitcoinuniversity.org.
It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Well, with us today is former Speaker Newt Gingrich, and so many things are happening. Well, we need one smart guy to tell us what the heck is happening. Newt, what is happening? Give us your evaluation of what's going on in America today. It looks like we saved America.
Well, I think the American people saved America. I think they rallied with Trump. That would have been a catastrophic presidency. And I'm watching President Trump create the most reform-oriented cabinet in my lifetime. I just saw literally they announced that Tulsi Gabbard is going to be the director of national intelligence. As you know, Pete Hegseth is going to be the Secretary of Defense. They have Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. I mean, they're really putting together an amazing team, and it's going to be a team that is dedicated, I think, to profoundly reforming the government. And I'm just now writing a piece for the New York Sun about the whole idea of the commission that Elon is going to be doing along with Vivek. And I think a Musk-Ramaswamy commission to rethink the government could end up being astonishing. So I think Trump is on a roll. I think he has thought about this for 4 years. Ironically, from the standpoint of the left, driving him out of office in 20 gave him 4 years to think through how to really change things. And I think he's coming back stronger and with a greater commitment to saving the country than when he left.
I think he's going to become a better president for having 4 years to think about everything that was wrong, and I agree with you. I think you're right. And people ask me about why did he pick that Fox person for Department of Defense. I said I don't think he trusted any of the generals.
Yeah, I thought about it, and I've known Hegseth for a good while. And if you want to send a signal that the entire current establishment has discredited itself, then I think this is the right signal. Now, it's going to be interesting to watch because, it's going to take enormous courage and resilience on the part of Pete Hegseth to survive over there because the whole old order is going to try to destroy him. But I've been actively involved in thinking about and working on defense for an extraordinarily long time, and I can tell you the building needs a very complete overhaul. I had one senior person in the military who retired, who was working with Trump, who said he would recommend the president have every 3- and 4-star general retire and then go down to 2 stars to pick a whole new generation of leaders because he thinks between Obama and Biden, the whole system has just been undermined and corrupted. And, you look at the Afghanistan retreat, not a single person paid for a disaster. No one. There was no accountability at all. You look at these big, giant corporations. Boeing has done a terrible job, cost overruns, incompetencies, and yet they get more contracts. And you compare SpaceX, which cost about 10% of what Boeing cost to do a particular mission, and it's astonishing. So I think sending somebody like Hegseth in is a way of saying to the building, there is going to be really profound change. And frankly, you have to ask yourself the question, do we really want to keep the Pentagon as such? It's 26,000 bureaucrats sitting around in a building that was designed for carbon paper and manual typewriters. And now you have all this modern equipment, and why do we still have 26,000 people sitting there?
I think it just keeps building and building and building. And I think we do have a serious problem. I think the president is leaving it up to Elon Musk and Vivek, and the people around the president are starting to resent them, and I wonder why.
Well, look, I think anytime you're dealing with this level of power and this kind of charismatic leader, now there are a lot of jealousies, and everybody wants to know how close to the leader can I get. And if somebody else is sitting closer to him, I wonder why did they get to sit next to him and I didn't? And it's just part of his, as a historian, it's just part of the way life works. Trying to change that's like trying to get cats and dogs to like each other. It doesn't happen very often.
Or the Palestinians and the Israelis to like each other.
That's right.
After 2,000, 3,000 years or 4,000 years, it's still difficult.
And by the way, I think that sending Governor Huckabee to Jerusalem is going to be a very interesting decision. And I think, Mike, I think he's had 300 trips to Israel in the course of his life. And he's deeply committed to the survival of Israel. And I think it'll be a very interesting appointment. And again, it's just an example that Trump is consistently thinking outside the box.
And like I said, I think he got smarter with being on the beach for 4 years.
Well, I think that's right. I think he had a chance to really think about what people had been doing to him, what parts of the bureaucracy he could not get to work, and what it would take to get America back in the game. I mean, I'm very worried when you look at how small our Navy is, how bad our shipbuilding is. You look at how expensive our fighter aircraft are. There are a lot of good reasons for us to be very concerned as a country right now.
And our $20 billion aircraft carriers that can be knocked out by a hypersonic missile. One last question. What do you think the new majority leader, John Thune, do you know him at all, or Mike Johnson?
Callisto worked with John on the Agriculture Committee, and we like him very much. He's a good guy, and I think he'll probably be very effective as a leader. He bridges everybody, and I think he will work closely with the president. And I like Mike Johnson a lot. I have to tell you, having been Speaker, I could not do the job he's doing. It is his margin is so narrow, and the House is so challenging right now. I just have enormous admiration for him. He has integrity, he has courage, he's intelligent, and he's carrying a big burden. Probably has the hardest job in Washington today.
I agree with you. And if they keep taking away Congress people and promoting them, it's going to make it an even tighter margin.
I think that's exactly right. And I think, and he knows that, and he's told that to the president. But on the other hand, having somebody of the caliber of Elise go to the United Nations, that's really tremendous. And having a member of the House go to be the National Security Advisor, you can't complain. And of course, a former member of the House is now going to be the head of the CIA. So, and Tulsi also was a member of the House at one time. So she's going to be the director of national intelligence. So in a way, you can say the House has been a pretty good place for people to move up from. Well,
Newt, thank you for coming on. And now that we saved America, we got to save some of our inner cities.
Yep, well, I think one of Trump's commitments ought to be to try to turn the cities red so that they actually have jobs, have safety, and have decent, honest government. That would be a pretty good project.
Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you so much.
Janine Pirro here for Colonial Metals Group. Colonial Metals Group helps Americans protect their future with the most trusted store of wealth in human history, physical gold and silver. If you're retiring or retired, go to colonialmetalsgroup.com/Pirro for your free Janine Pirro Colonial Metals Group Retirement Protection Kit, or call 800-965-8004. 800-965-8004 now to receive a free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver.